Hi, my name is Robert. Please read the comments in the About section of this video. It has valuable information and updates. My YouTube channel has a disclaimer video that I encourage you to watch. And please like, share, and subscribe. I hope you found what you're looking for. Thank you very much for watching. Leaving Orlando, headed to Boca Raton, Florida. I was at about 55 miles left in my fuel tank and didn't see any gas stations until I got on this turnpike, which I didn't see any there. So this toll road kind of had me on there. I got all the way down to about 25 miles left in the tank, slowed down to about 60 miles an hour so I could get better fuel economy, and pulled into a fuel station with 15 miles remaining in the tank. And as you can see, my voltage is hanging low again. So should be in South Florida here shortly, and then headed back to Orlando this evening. Here we are, day 31. We're in Boca Raton, Florida. We specifically came down here to meet Priscilla because she's having issues with a S70 2000 model, and she's trying to decide whether she should repair the car or cut bait and move on. She's had the car for about a year. It's getting more and more difficult to drive it, probably because of ETM and ABS issues. I'm not sure if that combination of issues will stop a car from driving, but her car is currently not driving in any direction, so it may have a bad transmission. So we're trying to determine that, and I'm going to jump it, start it up, try to drive it, and then do an assessment of the car's condition so she can decide what direction she needs to go. The battery was disconnected. She believes something is draining it, so it was disconnected. I've hooked it up. We do not have anything on the cluster here, so it's probably dead battery. It did light up for a second, so let's see what happens. Alright, it's showing 141 on the mileage. Let's see if it cranks up. Nope, battery's dead. So I'm going to turn around and jump it. Okay, with my jumper cables hooked up, I have 11.7. Let's try to start it. See what the voltage does. Alright. It's up to 12.8, 13.1. Starting to idle a little rough. I'm going to disconnect the jumper cables. Charging system in this car bouncing between 13.1 and 13.5, so it should be okay. Let me see if I put it in reverse, if the car will move. Moves right away. Let me shift it in drive. Moves right away in drive without any hesitation. So I'm going to drive the car around the block and let it heat up and see if the transmission continues to drive the car. Okay, I pulled out of the parking area and the car was in first. It tried to go to second. Seemed like it's shifting second and stopped moving. Going forward. Now the engine revs freely and it doesn't seem like the car has a second gear, but it was showing some hesitation in driving. Alright, it moved a little bit. It's moving now. Let's see if it'll go for me. Alright, it just kicked out when it tried to go to second. So this car may have a bad transmission, not moving to second, or some kind of sensor's gone in it. But it seems like it does okay starting out in first. But when you try to shift to second, when it tries to shift to second, it has nothing for second gear. Okay, I'm going in reverse, and it seems to reverse okay. So, let me try this one more time here. It goes fine in first. As long as I'm in first, it's okay. Alright, let me go back on the main road. The car has a strange issue driving. It seems as if the second gear is damaged or missing in the transmission. It starts off in first gear fine. When it's supposed to shift to second, the RPMs just jump up and start revving freely. If I let the RPMs drop and I'm going fast enough for third gear to kick in, it'll kick into third gear and then seems to drive fine up to about 45 miles an hour. And when I slow back down to where it should go into second, it seems like there's no second gear. I don't think the ABS module will cause that. I've never heard that before. So it may have a bad transmission problem or a bad shift solenoid in there. Also, the temp is running low on the car, so it has a bad thermostat. And the dome light was stuck on when it's in on or door position. So one of the door latches is bad, causing the car to stay on, causing these dome lights to stay on when the car is parked, draining the battery. I figured out one of the doors was not closed all the way, causing that dome light to be on. So that may not be the issue with this car draining batteries. I'm going to scan, see what codes we have, and then I'm going to see if they reset. And that's the P1618, which is generic code, meaning something's wrong, either in the ABS or transmission system. Let me see what the second code is. Is the 722, which is either an ABS issue or a issue with the transmission. Let me clear that. Alright, I got the codes cleared, but I still have a traction control light bad. So I don't have any codes for the ETM at this time. I look here in the coolant, and it appears that maybe somebody has Dexcool in this vehicle, which would need to be flushed out immediately, because the Volvo stuff is blue, green, blue, and this stuff is like orange, so that needs to be flushed. Timing belt looks old. I'm going to shut the car off here. I'm letting it charge the battery, but it's hard for me to imagine this thing has 141,000 on the belt. I'm going to pull the oil cap and check the PCV system to see if that needs to be serviced as well. It also has a mount form there, upper torque mount. The PCV system has good vacuum on it, so even though it may be old, it hasn't clogged up the system, so that's good. I looked in the wheels at all 4 locations, and it seems to have decent meat on all of the pads, but the car's not driven in that much, so there's surface rust on the rotors. With the car off, it looks like the voltage is holding around 12.6, 12.5, so hopefully the battery will be good for a little while. Timing belt, my gosh, it's got to be original with all these cracks on it. So that thing could break at any time, so it does need a timing belt job immediately. Miss Phyllis has a decision to make. Her S70 here has a few issues. A possible ETM issue that's close to $600. She has timing belt need to be replaced. That's probably $800-900 full service job. And then her transmission is out, which is likely a $1,500 job there. So she's looking at probably $2,500 with a couple other minor things that need to be done to the car to make it reliable and dependable. And she's going to try to make a decision on what she's going to do and go from there. Today I was going to end the day by looking at this 2002 Sunfire. As you can see, it's seen better days, some of the Florida sun and some of the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania salt, which creates rust. The car was misfiring real bad, and the owner actually went in there and found the spark plug wire loose off the spark plug, so that smoothed it out. Windows off track a little bit right there. Other than that, the air conditioner doesn't blow cold, but I think they're just going to take it, put it on Craigslist, sell it for a few $100s, and call it a day. So I'm going to take a look at this Hyundai Electra. I believe I already worked on a window regulator for one of these vehicles. We're going to see why this window is not going up straight. It's pivoted a little bit forward, and it pinched the seal up here. This seal should be on the inside other than the outside. So let me go get the key and take a look at it. Alright, on this vehicle, when we roll the window up, the window gets on the wrong side of the seal here. So we're going to take the door panel off and try to figure out where down in that track the window got off, or replace it and hopefully it won't flip back out. Okay, the window is held in the window track by pressure. When you take that bolt loose, it actually holds the window in place inside those things there. One for the front of the window, one for the back of the window. So what we're going to do is reposition the window in here on the seal, and it looks like the seal came out of the frame and is floating around. So we're going to put this seal back in the frame, then we're going to put the window back in place, attach it back to the panel assembly with those squeeze clips with the 10mm, and then put everything back together and make sure it works properly. Okay, we position the front and the back window in the seal. Then we lowered the window down into the bracket, tightened the bracket. Then we brought the door panel over, plugged it in and tested it. It appears to be working fine. Then this corner piece here, just press it in place and hit it with the palm of your hand to pop it in place. And everything's back together, good as new. Sometimes this handle has these chrome peeling. You may want to cut that stuff away, because it can give you a nasty paper cut, or find a handle to replace it. I don't know how much they would be at the dealer. Probably no more than $25, $35. Ending day 31. Finished up with that Hyundai window. Try to edit this video and get it posted while I watch the second half of the NBA game. And I'm reminiscing about the awesome chocolate dessert that I had while I was in the Charleston area. It was the best dessert so far this trip. I really wish I had another chunk of that, or 2 bowls of that. But at any rate, I'm looking forward to starting day 32. I'll be leaving the Orlando, Florida area, going through Pensacola, Mobile, and on into New Orleans. So if you're in the Alabama, Tennessee, Arkansas, Texas area, and you need to see me, or I'm supposed to help you with something, please get in touch with me and remind me so I don't miss you. If you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.